Hello guys, how are you all? So now today we are going to start the chapter 4, and now we have two most important topics, the valence electrons and ionic or electrovalent bond. Okay, so before we start, earlier I have told you and talk about the some uh, and I have given you some information about the chemical bonds and the type of bond, how they stable, and homonucleus, and what are the heteronucleus atoms I have discussed. So similarly, one more things there is need to know about you. The atom of different elements take part in chemical combination in order to complete their octet. Octet means to have 8 electrons in the outermost or valence cell. Okay, so what we have the discussion, uh, the atom of different elements take part in chemical combination in order to complete their octet. Okay, or duplet. Duplet means to have two valence electron, means TW, two valence electrons. In some cases such as hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, etc., this is known as octet rule. Okay, so how do the atom combine? Firstly, so atoms are combined in order to a number of ways. Sometimes they transfer the one or two electrons, sometimes by sharing of electrons. Okay, and when these shared electrons are equally contributed, so on. Okay, now clear it. Now let's, after this we have the valence electrons. So what are the valence electrons? Firstly, there is need to be the Lewis symbol represent the valence electrons. That means, first of all, about the valence electron, it was proposed that in the formation of molecules only the outer cell electrons are involved, and they are known as valence electron. So the J.N. Lewis means they are the very, on that time he was the very famous American chemist Gilbert Newton Lewis, means G.N. Lewis, introduced the simple notation to represent the valence electron in an atom. So this notation is also called Lewis symbol or electron dot symbol. Okay, so according to these notation, the symbol of the electron represent the nucleus as well as the electron in the inner cell. Now we have the example of Lewis symbol for the elements of second periods R. As you can see, let's we will discuss about the lithium. The atomic number of lithium is 3. So the valence, the electrons that are found in their outer cell is 1. So we take a 1 dot on the lithium, as you can see. Okay, and now let's we talk about the beryllium. So it has atomic number 4. So it is considered the 1s2 2s2, means beryllium has the 2 valence electron in their outer cell. It is also known as the valence cell. And same as boron, the atomic number of boron is 5. So here we have its configuration is like that. uh, if we talk about the boron, so we can say that the B5 means 1s2, 2s2 and P1. Am I right? 1s2, 2s2 and P1. So means total 2s and 2p. When we talk about the total 2s and 2p, boron has 3 valence electron. Okay guys, similarly we can say that the electrons that are found in the outermost shell, they are also known as the valence electrons. Clear that? Same as carbon, the atomic number of carbon is 6. Here configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. So outermost shell means it's a 2s and 2p. Okay, so we can say that the carbon has 4 electron in their valence shell, and same as it is going on like nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. They contain a number of electrons in their valence shell. They also take a part to form any ionic bond, covalent bond, okay, and any coordinate bonds. So now after this we have some significance of the Lewis symbol. First, Lewis symbol for an atom gives many information. On the basis of Lewis symbol, that means we can get many informations like number of valence electron or outermost electron, as we represent at that as. So as we take an example of fluorine, so we can say that the fluorine has the 7 electron in their outermost shell. Now count it: 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Okay, now same as second is valency of an elements. We can also determine the valency of an elements when we have the symbols because of the octet rule. Okay, now we will discuss about the ionic or electrovalent bond. So don't worry about the confusions. There is a ionic or electrovalent bonds, they both are the same. So the bond is formed by complete transference of one or more electron from one atom, or atom is also said to be a metal, to another dissimilar atom. It may be a non-metals. So the result in this formation of positive ions said to be a cation and the negative ion said to be anion. Thus ionic bond may be defined as how the electrostatic force of attraction between the opposite charged ion is called ionic bond. I am repeating, the electrostatic force of attraction between the oppositely charged ion is called ionic bond. Okay, so on that cases, the number of electrons lost by one atom must be equal to the number of electrons gained by the atoms, so that the compound as a whole is electrically neutral. And after the bond we have the one more electrovalency. So the number of electron lost or gained by an atom during the formation of an ionic bond is called electrovalency. Okay, so on that time the total positive or negative charge on an ion is its electrovalency. Let's we have a formation of NaCl, as you can see in this example. When we can say that about the sodium, the atomic number is 11. So sodium has the 281 electrons in their outermost shell, 2, 8 and 1. So here sodium has the 1 electron in their valency shell, and as we can talk about the chlorine, so chlorine, the atomic number is 17. So we can split it in 287. So we can say that the 7 electrons, they are the valence electron, they are found in the chlorine. So on that cases, chlorine wants 1 electron to complete their octet, and sodium wants to lose 1 electron to complete their octet. So sodium gives their electron to the chlorine. So on that cases, sodium is positively charged and chlorine is 1 negatively charged. So here the compound is NaCl formed, and it is neutral, electrically neutral. I think I have discussed in your live classes. Now we have second and another example, the formation of magnesium oxide. So you know the magnesium, the atomic number is 12. So we can split it to 282, and oxygen, the atomic number is 8 to 26. So now we can say that the magnesium has the 2 valence electron and chlorine has the 6 valence electron. So on that cases, magnesium needs to remove the 2 electrons to complete their octet, like neon 28, and oxygen needs to get or gain 2 electrons to complete their octet and form oxygen 2 negative ion, and also wants to be as a neon. So on that cases, that particular magnesium gives their 2 electron to the oxygen. So magnesium is converted into 2 positive ions, it is said to be a cation, and oxygen is converted into the 2 negative ion, means it's a anion. So on that cases, magnesium oxide formed. Okay guys, so that is a ionic bond. In our next video we will discuss the another topic. Thank you so much for today.